Peace. Grand Rise on this sunny morning, Tuesday. All right. So let's go ahead and say the prayer. I want to give thanks to the great primordial mother, the ancestral spirits of creation, the archangels, the angels, the ancestors. I want to say thank you for another day of seeing the light of the sun. I want to say, give thanks and also ask for divine protection and guidance on this journey that us spiritual beings call life. I want to give thanks to everything that have greater meanings and definitions. But also I want to say to all of them, help guide us, the ones that strive for righteousness, help guide us to the road of perfecting ourselves at the best of our abilities. Help guide us and mold us into better beings on this planet. Help us with our struggles every day with supreme balance. Because many of us have hearts of gold and we always try to look out for others, but when it sometimes come down to us helping out others, those that we help out have the tendency of not appreciating us, and they do not realize what we have done for them on their journey. For they also later down the line many of them become very narcissistic and also self-centered. And then they build up jealousy. So we ask you to protect us from them and also forgive them because we forgive them too. Ashe. All right. So as I keep on adding on, let me talk to you series. There's been a lot of changes going on, not just in the physical, but the spiritual. I told many brothers and sisters on this journey that the veil is gone. Recently I watched a video with Holistic Remedies 9. He showed a picture of a mermaid swimming, and lately everybody been talking about this lynx that they found. I think it was overseas. That's a mystical lynx that they found overseas. That's alone. They thought this lynx was extinct, and this lynx came out, and this lynx came out of nowhere, and it was all white. This is a start of what I was telling everybody about. The veil is no longer around, that has been gone. This lynx came out of nowhere. It was all white. I can't remember the name of this particular cat species. I'm doing fine. And yourself? So what's happening, the planet itself has been evolving. And I told everybody on this channel of ours that a lot of different species, a lot of different creatures and beings were going to start coming out. Now, the next step, people are going to start finding out that the fairies are real. They're going to start finding out all this stuff is real. They're going to start seeing that mermaids are real. They're going to find out all of this. Matter of fact, I played a video on one of these lives where a brother said it was a location where a lot of wealthy people, I think, were at. And I think they had to go in a house at a certain time of the day. And if they don't, the sirens will come out. Okay, the sirens will come out. See, this is stuff that I've been trying to tell everybody, that we're not really alone on this plane. The whole time, our vibrations and frequencies have to be aligned. I kept on letting everybody know that we have to deal with divine love and everything else. You know, they're going to keep on pushing the agendas of hate, all that stuff, and fear. They feed off of that. And I kept on letting everybody know that thanks to Brother Pisces, that one of the subscribers of our channel, he sent a video talking about the 144,000 is a frequency. And that's true. That frequency is for the ones that can connect to that frequency. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like this. When it comes down to it, your heart chakra is being tested every day. And it is. Your heart chakra is being tested every day. So In order to get to that high vibration, you have to let things go that was plaguing you, along with any type of animosity you had towards anybody. If you have a lot of built up hate for no reason towards somebody, you gotta let it go. You gotta learn to forgive yourself, forgive that person. That's what you have to do. Because the frequency that's aligning right now with the planet, because honestly, Tiamat is alive. Let me see, Tiamat is alive and well, and she's constantly evolving. If you don't believe me, look at all the natural disasters that's been happening this year. And the real new year, I'm gonna let y'all know, the real new year starts in the spring solstice. The spring solstice is the real new year, not January. So we have all until the next spring solstice, which is going to be the new year, the real new year. Okay, so I'm letting y'all know, keep yourselves aligned on what's about to happen. Okay, because we haven't seen nothing yet. As far as the hurricane that happened in the Caribbean, it's more to come. Y'all need to keep your eyes on all weather patterns too, because know it or not, tornadoes, hurricanes are vortexes. Once again, hurricanes and tornadoes are vortexes. They are portals that open up. Look this stuff up. They do bring change, and they also are portals that open up. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta get your mind. Thank you for saying that. Facts. Is that Aaliyah K? I think. So y'all gotta keep your mind focused on this. You know what I'm saying? So whoever this person is, Captain KSVR, look, man, we don't have time for trolls on here. So I want y'all to know that this is very serious, because I can't remember that links that they found, that white links, and they said they mystical. And I've been telling everybody that this planet, we've been in the fifth dimension. We have, listen, 7 more dimensions to go that's left. If you don't believe me, they wind up creating the 6G towers, because the next step is going to 6G. But I kept on telling everybody that it's going to quantum leap from 6 to 12 real fast, at an accelerating movement. So we got to get ourselves ready for that. Many of you are going to have changing of eating habits, diets, all that stuff. Some of you might have fluctuating weight, because it's something that you have to do as far as your diet. The breathing patterns are going to be different. Eventually, your body is going to just reject certain foods. It might reject meats. It depends on your blood type too. It's time to find out what your blood type is. Trust me, I'm doing the same thing. I practice what I preach. So it's time to go back into that. Once we go back into our blood type, find out what foods we're supposed to be eating, it's going to help us on a higher level for us, our vibrations connecting to the higher frequencies of the planet. Those that are Aries, like yours truly, your animal totem in Native American astrology is the hawk/falcon. You are in tune with the planet. I'm going to go back into astrology soon, y'all, so please bear with me, and numerology. I'm going to start doing natal charts again. I tell you what, real soon, coming soon. You get up early. Because the way I'm going to do this from now on our channel, I'm going to do numerology, astrology, and start connecting them to the planets. Some way, somehow, I'm going to start going back into that real soon, once I get everything settled on my end. And then eventually, I'm not going to be doing a lot of the talking. What's up? So I'm not going to be doing a lot of the talking, because we have other people that's connected to our channel that I'm going to ask if they want to come up and just do a whole video or more, so they can start start speaking and giving information, because this is not my channel. This is our channel. All you subscribers, listen. All you that are subscribers, this is your channel too, not just mine. Without you, none of this information will be coming out. Okay? I'm totally different from a lot of other YouTubers, trust me. I don't have time to be egotistic or none of that. Okay? So I'm not saying all of them are like that. I just don't want to be egotistic. I don't want to be self-centered or none of that. I don't want to be selfish. I want to be selfless to all of this. I'm open to learning new things, because I don't know everything. You know, but I do use sound right reasoning and sound right understanding and overstanding. I do that. You know, yeah. It's this little dog, y'all, that looks so pitiful, and he look like he need a home. I can't give him a home. He over here shivering, looking lost. You know what I'm saying? And animals, when I see stuff like that, it hurts my heart. You know what I'm saying? He's shivering, y'all, like real bad. But I digress from that. It's this poor dog. I don't know how to take it, and he just sitting there by himself. It's bothering me, and I think it's a puppy. You know what I'm saying? And when I say he's shivering by himself. He didn't attack nobody. It's like he need a home. Oh my goodness. It's times like this. If I had enough room in my home, I would take him in. Yeah, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call him after I get off of here. I mean, he's so adorable, man. I don't know if it's a girl or a boy. You know what I'm saying? It really hurts my heart, because me and my children, I was walking them to school, and poor thing got his head down like this, and I think it's a puppy. So I'm gonna call animal control after this, and I'm gonna sit out front and see if they're gonna get the dog. I don't want to touch it because I don't know if it has anything, you know. But anyway, I'm going back to the house. So, yeah. So those also, I'm gonna go back into numerology, like I said. I'm gonna go back. I know I want to go back. I'm gonna go back so y'all can see for yourselves. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go too close to them because I don't want to hear whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. So give me a second, y'all. So I'm gonna call animal control, and it's just, I don't know if the owner stays there. I'm not gonna stay too close to it, you know. So yeah, because my son and I, we walked past it, and my daughter, I didn't know what it was. I'm like, oh, it's a dog. I thought, I had to stand on guard. You know what I'm saying? All right, just give me a second. I'm gonna put the camera up there so y'all can see. You see him? You see him? I don't know if y'all can see him, but y'all see him or her? You see how the puppy or the dog is there? Y'all see him? I'm walking up. I'm not gonna walk too far. I'm gonna too further up on him. You know? Look at the poor thing. Look at him. Look at him or her. They don't even know what's going on. Look at that. You see that? Look at that. It's just sitting there being patient. I don't know who they waiting for. I don't want to walk up on it, because I don't want to scare it. And I don't want it to feel like it got to be defensive. You feel what I'm saying? So, all right. I'm going to call animal control right after this. Poor thing. But, I don't know. And it's like, everybody deserves a home. Animals like that, it hurts you to the core, because they deserve love like us as humans do. You know, when they get the right love from home, you have a companion for life. And what people don't know is that just like humans, Animals cross over to the other side too. People don't really know that, but they do. They do cross over to the other side. Um, and know it or not, they wait for their sounds crazy. Um, because when we transcend back to the ancestral realm or back to the spirit realm, if you have a dog or an animal, they go by the smell, your scent, because they miss you. Um, and that's how a lot of animals cope with losing their owners, especially dogs. I was watching a video on that. They cope with missing their owners by going to where their owners normally hung out at in the home. If they have clothes lying around, they stay around the clothes. That's how they sympathize and deal with their hurt and their loss. All of us are part of the great circle of life, like they said on Lion King. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that so everybody can know. It's really serious. You know, a lot of us don't. A lot of us take life for granted. And I did a live on our channel about that. How people take life for granted and don't take life for what it is. Um. Okay, I'm going back to what I was talking about. We got to get back on our frequencies and everything else, y'all. The vibrational frequency of the planet is on a higher level. It's actually on the 12th dimension. I said that they make in 6G towers. The 6G towers, they already created them. The next step after everything go to 6G is going to be 7G. Because we already a lot of our phones are already on 5G. So now they're going to 6G, then 7G, then they're going to stop at 12. You ask yourself, why are they doing all of this? Because they're trying to capture the frequency of many of us that have been on higher vibrations. They want that energy and harness that energy and feed off that energy. But what they don't know is that eventually all that stuff is going to decease and dismiss itself. Because a lot of this technology is not going to be able to bear the energy and the frequencies of the people that's on those frequencies and vibrations. That's what's going to happen. So I'm just letting everybody know, keep your eyes and ears open, and let them keep your eyes and ears open on what's going on in the planet. How Tiamat is evolving, and all these different natural disasters, all these different hurricanes, tornadoes, everything. This is a part of the evolution of our planet. There's also another continental drift coming and about to happen soon, which means there's going to be changes in the United States all over the planet. A lot of places will be put underwater. Trust me, a lot of places are going to get put underwater, and sinkholes are going to start coming out of the woodworks. Sinkholes and also landslides. Okay? I'm telling y'all, I'm not just making this stuff up. You have to be in tune with Gaia / Tiamat now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Listen, eventually, everything is going to start going back to gold and silver, but you have to also keep in mind, you have to know a trade now. A college degree is not going to get you anywhere. It's about to start coming out like that too. You have to have a trade. Everything that I'm telling you is going to happen sooner than you think. If you have a trade in construction, IT, whatever the case may be, all of that is going to start going back into that. A lot of these jobs in customer service are going to start going into AI and robots. They're pushing that agenda too. That was also in iRobot and also the Terminator. Sophia Stewart, shout out to her. She was the one that wrote The Matrix and the Terminator. Okay, the name Sophia means wisdom or wise dome. And then you gotta look up the goddess Sophia too. Look up the goddess Sophia. What people don't know, that Sophia was actually the wife of the divine creator as far as the masculine. She was divine feminine. That was another name for her. So we're going to go through a lot of changes, going back to the ancient ways. And y'all thinking I'm just saying it. No, when y'all hear the golden age, is going back to the ancient age when we had technology take over everything. We did that in ancient Sumeria, Atlantis, and so on. It's going back into that. And they're trying to do it a different way so it won't be how the way it was during the time when everything fell apart. But here's the thing, in order for it to go back to the rightful way, it has to go back to the rightful owners first that created all of it. Trust me, it might sound crazy, but it's true. I might just do another video either today or tomorrow. Where I do my daily thing, show the videos to y'all on certain things, especially the video of the mermaid that they that Holistic Remedies 9 talked about, and he started talking about how the veil is gone. And I've been telling y'all the veil has been gone. Everybody that's saying the veil is then they being nice to you. And the crazy thing is, in the etymology of the real meaning of the word nice means foolish. Okay? So they try not to tell you the truth because they don't want to scare you. There are a lot of apparitions or ghosts that's starting to come out. Spirits starting to come out now. Even down to the shadow spirits coming out. Everything is coming out. Okay? Everything is coming out to the forefront. There's things that need to be talked about that a lot of people don't want to share with everybody on YouTube. You understand? Many of you have to remember there is a calling happening. Many of you have to go through certain transformations out of shamanism, alchemy, so on. Y'all being called to these things to be herbalists. Many of you are being called towards this because we're going back to how we were before. Okay? Let me tell you, technology is not going to be able to have the answers to everything. We have to go back to the ways of nature itself because she needs us to come back to her. Okay? She needs us to come back to her because we're talking about Tiamat. And I'm letting y'all know that Tiamat did not just have daughters, she had sons too. That calling is also the calling of these so-called earth angels, the star children. That's what it is. This is not none of my teachings. These came from other people that had talked about this for a long time. From the Dolores Cannons, from the Doreen Virtues, from the Bobby Hemmets. Who else? Dr. Phil Valentine's, no, they're not. You also have Dr. Delbert Blair's. Let me see. Who else? Dr. Malachi York. Brother Panic, all of these people that spoke on this, the frequencies, the energies, the ancestral magic, the practices, the practices of coming back in tune with the planet, with the universe, with the galaxies. It's time to go back to this because we are naturally born spiritual, and those that need to understand that. Shout out to Dr. Samuel M. I think is it Samuel B. Lee. He said that melanin is a frequency from God too. He said that. So this is melanin. All of us have it, but you got people who have abundance of it, like myself and many others that's highly melanated. It's highly connected back to the Creator. We get downloads from the cosmic forces to guide us on our journey and tell us what we need to do. And also, a lot of times they give us messages to give to everybody else. Some people call it a transmission. Some people call it that. But please keep your eyes and ears open for more transformations of the planet. Please keep your eyes open on the sinkholes, the landslides, the earthquakes, the tornadoes, the tsunamis, the typhoons, the not just the earthquakes, but the volcanic activity and the eruptions. Listen to what I'm about to tell y'all. Please take heed to this. We're going to have a whole lot of volcanic eruptions happening next year, or activity happening next year. A lot of activity with these volcanoes are going to start showing that they're active next year. A lot of them. And y'all have to also understand that it's actually some volcanoes underwater or connected that's underwater too that spits out certain lavic type of activity. There's actually mountains. Shout out to Mother Shelley Cason. There's actually mountains that people don't know that actually are volcanoes in disguise. All this stuff is coming. 85,000 years ago, the whole continental drift that took place that put Lemuria underwater and everybody got separated. That was 85,000 years ago. Shout out to Arawak Nation, my beloved sister. I love you. We haven't seen nothing yet. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters of Haiti, all my brothers and sisters from the Caribbean, all my brothers and sisters over here. But I gotta let everybody know that people don't know that Chicago was actually founded by a Haitian man. I just want to say that too. There's a lot that I want to touch bases on, but I'm not gonna be able to say everything on this YouTube channel of ours. Instead, I want y'all to know that if you haven't heard the call and you're ready for that call, be patient. And you're like, what do you mean? The high-pitched ringing sound is one of the calls. Premonitions and so on is another. What y'all not also understanding is that there's actually extraterrestrial life here that disguise themselves as humans. Shout out to Dr. Malachi York on that and many others, but mainly him. Shout out to him, Dr. Malachi York, for talking about the planet being Tiamat and so on. Because a lot of people didn't want to talk about Tiamat and also Zachariah Stitchin. And it was I don't know if it was Krato Mutuar that also knew about this. Rest in power to him. Listen, we take life for granted, and a lot of us have a serious calling to the spirit realm, to the ancestral realm. I want to let a lot of people know that's fair-skinned, that they consider fair-skinned, that are so-called black in passing. Stop running. Accept who you are. It's just that you're a fair-skinned being that belong to the diaspora and that also belong to the melanated family. You've been hiding too long to say that you are Caucasian passing. And many of you having children by people that is fair, that's considered Caucasian, because you want to be not in the same category as people that look like this. But you come from that. Many of you know that's passing for it, that's not accepting it. I'm telling everybody this. The planet is going back to the melanated people. And I know it sounds like it's not prejudice. Because all of you come from that bloodline, from that mitochondrial. Some of you were actually created. Not all of you. But the ones that's passing, it's time for you to wake up and realize reality. You've been running too long. You've been running from this too long and not accepting who you really are. And you're lying to your children. That's why when you get those fake DNA tests, you also said fake DNA tests, far as finding out who you are, ancestral testing and all that stuff, a lot of that is not accurate. But you need to realize who you are because of the word of mouth from your relatives, what they told you. That's what we used to go by, the word of mouth. We didn't use technology. Everything was passed down from word of mouth during that time. And it's going back to it again. Because technology is going to fail us again like it did back in Lemuria. Technology eventually is going to turn on us, like the Terminator, like iRobot. That's how we fell once, and we're going towards it again, and it's going to happen again if we don't get our act right. That's why it's important to ground ourselves in nature and going back to nature, going back into meditation, going back to breathing exercises, going back to knowing Qigong and Tai Chi, going back into martial arts, going back into all of that to bring balance back to us. And it's also helping the Kundalini energy. It's good to help the Kundalini energy. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm not saying it just to be saying it. We got to take heed to a lot of things that's happening, though. Seriously. And they're going to keep on using the race card to bring distractions, beloveds. They're going to keep on using the race card to bring forth distractions. But I'm letting y'all know I'm here for the whole human race. But I told y'all, first come first, the people that look like me come first. Because they the ones that really is connected to this whole entire all these galaxies. And it's time for us to really wake up as a whole and realize, hey, when we actually had the chance to rule everything, everything was at peace. When the women during that time, the mothers took over, things were peaceful and the men were the soldiers and spiritual warriors and so on. It got to go back to it because now we got to bring forth the divine feminine energy. So I just want to let y'all know it's time for changes. We have to give back. You have to look back and start realizing we all we have. Because honestly, we keep on depending on what we consider government. And this is not government. Because you got to remember, man can fail you. Nature can't, the divine mother cannot, nor the divine father. All I got to tell you, that cerebral cortex, your ovary, your crown, is connected to all 112 chakras in your body, which is connected to the Kundalini energy, which is dealing with the divine feminine energy. It goes back to what? It goes back to the mitochondrial DNA that's only found in so-called black women and African women, but mainly Asiatic black women. And when I mean Asiatic, I'm talking about the Asiatic so-called black woman that look like this, that's melanated, that would have many different names. She is the one that represents the creator of life. Don't believe me? Look it up. But anyway, I talked enough on here. I'm going to do another live probably later on, if not tomorrow, if not Friday. It is your little big brother, Neg Adezo. I love all of y'all. Peace, love, light, darkness, supreme balance, which is the yin and the yang, which is the divine feminine and masculine, to bring forth supreme balance. Y'all take care. May the divine mother protect you and yours, and the divine father. I share your boo-boo. I'm out.